Just 12 hours to go before voting in 2 states. Star campaigners for all parties are expected to fire on all cylinders, announcing new schemes, target key vote banks, presenting their long-term vision. But what is happening in Indian politics right now is targeting of individuals. First, it was Modi versus Rahul with Murkho ka Sardar attack. Then came Priyanka Gandhi's onslaught, predictably against the Prime Minister, against Jyotiraditya Scindia. She even said that Shivraj Singh Chauhan is like a film actor. The Congress pulled no punches in trashing the leader who dumped the Grand Old Party for the BJP, taking down their government in MP with his rebellion. The question now is, what is prompting this name calling? Is it a deliberate bid to take down personalities or just a reflection of political bankruptcy?
आप मोबाइल फोन के पीछे देखो, शर्ट के पीछे देखो, जूते के नीचे देखो, मेड इन चाइना दिखेगा।
महाज्ञानी कांग्रेस के कह रहे थे कि आप सबके पास मेड इन चाइना मोबाइल फोन होता है। अरे मूर्खों के सरदार,
नरेंद्र मोदी जी आते हैं, गाली देते हैं, मुझे उल्टी सीधी बात करते हैं। अच्छा है, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
आपने वो सलमान खान की पिक्चर देखी है, तेरे नाम? उसमें सलमान खान शुरू से अंत तक रोते ही रहते हैं। मैं तो कहती हूँ मोदी जी के लिए भी पिक्चर बना देते हैं, उसका नाम रखेंगे मेरे नाम। कद में थोड़े छोटे पड़ गए, लेकिन अहंकार में तो भाई वाह।
Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins us. JVC Shriram continues. Abbas Haider, spokesperson Samajwadi Party. Nikhil Jain, political consultant and senior journalist Vinod Agnihotri. Sanju Verma, the counter argument is BJP started it. You call Rahul Gandhi Murkho ka Sardar, you have to be ready to take it on the chin.
You know, Padmaja, this whole back and forth about who started it and who did not, I think anyone who follows Indian politics and has an iota of common sense knows that the public discourse was taken to its lowest when Rahul Gandhi, despite Supreme Court hauling him over the coals and chastising him and castigating him, Rahul Gandhi went around town shouting from every available rooftop, चौकीदार चोर है, चौकीदार चोर है। मीनाक्षी लेखी had to file a contempt of court case against him, तब जाकर राहुल गांधी की मुंह को विराम लगा। Secondly, I don't want to get into this, you versus us versus them, तू मैंने के अलावा। I want to focus on what Priyanka Vadra said. She said, इनके पार्टी में, all people are very weird. Everybody is engaged in betrayal. अरे मैडम, हमारी पार्टी में आप कहती हैं कि वियर्ड लोग हैं। आपके तो यहाँ पी चिदम्बरम is one of the only farmers who has grown 7 crore worth of cabbage and cauliflower on terrace pots. गमलों में 7 करोड़ का कैबेज और कॉलीफ्लावर उन्होंने इसका उत्पादन किया है। This is what his income tax return stated. And your brother says, इधर से आलू डालो, वहां से सोना निकलेगा। Today morning I woke up at night. आपके कपिल सिब्बल, when he was in Congress, he touted about the famous zero loss theory, and then we had Rahul Gandhi talking about escape velocity. इसलिए weirdness की तो बात मत करिए, but the main point is this. It's a few hours before we have the second round of polling in Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh goes to polls tomorrow. Obviously, everybody knows that it's going to be a close fight. On the day of the hustings, what the voters decide, and on the 3rd of December, दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी हो जाएगा. But I just have this to say. Priyanka Vadra, when she says that, इनकी height थोड़ी छोटी है, but arrogance देखिए, वाह भाई वाह. So, madam, when have you started measuring the credibility of a politician based on his receding hairline or otherwise? Based on his, कद कितना ऊंचा है या छोटा है, the girth of your chest. I just have this to say to her, that when she says MP में हमने कोई भी वादा नहीं निभाया, तो let me tell you that Madhya Pradesh has a GSDP of almost 14 lakh crore, 14 lakh crore, and per capita income is almost 1,41,000. And even Padmaja, during the worst pandemic, in over 100 years. Madhya Pradesh continued to see an average GSDP growth of 10% plus.
Okay, we'll keep it to Scindia right now. Okay, we'll keep it to Scindia right now. Let me quote to you, in fact, what was said in a book by Rashid Kidwai, Nikhil Jain. Today we are being told that Jyotiraditya Scindia hi nahi, the entire Scindia clan are a clan of backstabbers and they have a family tradition. Here is what Rashid Kidwai says in his book. Madhav Rao Scindia was one of the top ministers in the 1984 Rajiv Gandhi cabinet. In fact, by some accounts, Rajiv Gandhi inducted Madhav Rao in the cabinet against the advice of Miss Indira Gandhi. So in 1984, Madhav Rao Scindia was the best thing to happen to the Congress. Now the entire family has turned into traitors. Why? Because of a fallout.
Padma, the point is not whether they're capable or not. The point is that Madhav Rao Scindia's mother founded the Jansangh, but he went and joined the Congress. Jyotiraditya Scindia was a minister in the Congress government, a union minister in the Congress government during the UP era, and later a deputy chief minister of the Congress government of Madhya Pradesh, and he took away his MLAs and broke down the government. So obviously, if you have any person saying that Jyotiraditya Scindia or people who've been his forefathers have betrayed the people or the party or anything that they've been working with, that is not entirely false, right? Coming to the level of statements that are being made,
I didn't understand that statement.
Who was the person
You're
who
saying
said
that the family is rubbish because they are traitors. My point is, if the family is so bad, then why was Madhav Rao Scindia put in the Rajiv Gandhi cabinet? Why was Jyotiraditya Scindia put in the Manmohan Singh cabinet? And now why is Jyotiraditya Scindia full of flaws? Is this petulance?
No, what I'm saying is that there has been a history of Jyotiraditya Scindia and people in his family leaving from the side that they are on and going towards the other side. It is not traitor in the sense of being a traitor to the country. It is a traitor in the sense of being a traitor to the organization that you work for, the organization that you have given so much to, that has given you so much. It is in that context. And let me just respond to a couple of things that Sanju had said. आलू डालूंगा सोना मिलेगा, ये राहुल गांधी ने नहीं कहा था. He said that नरेंद्र मोदी यहाँ पर आए थे, उन्होंने ये कहा था. So that is a working of your IT cell. So let's not try to hammer through something that has already been clarified. Not at all, not at all, not at all. Sanju, stop lying.
Okay, guys, really, I mean, with the greatest of respect, we are not here to discuss Aloo and Sona. Let's talk about politics and about what is happening tomorrow and why these statements are being made. We really should not be analyzing Aloo and Sona over here. Go on, finish your point.
Which politician, which country has a prime minister who uses words like Murkho ka Sardar for another senior politician of the country? Murkho ka Sardar. Is this the kind of language that the prime minister should be using for Rahul Gandhi or for that matter anybody? The BJP has no right to tell anybody what sort of language to use. They are the same party whose sitting member of parliament called a Muslim by communal slurs in the parliament and continues to sit in the parliament, continues to be a BJP member, continues to hold BJP responsibilities in BJP in Rajasthan. Sanju, you started interjecting. It was my time to speak. You started interjecting, so you can't have it that I will have the entire debate. Let's have you sit in the newsroom. Let Padmaja go home.
You have had your full say. Nobody has interrupted.
Don't worry.
You have been very audible. You've had your full say. 30 seconds, Sanju Verma, respond. Then I want to open this up. Yes.
No, Padmaja, I have, while it is your show and you have every right how you want to introduce your guests. But let's be very clear, Nikhil Jain is not a political analyst. He is a bona fide card-carrying Congress member. आपको तो खुद को कांग्रेसी बोलते हो इतनी शर्म आती है, तो राहुल गांधी की वाहवाही क्यों करते हो? चुप हो जाओ. Now it's my turn to speak. Now hold your horses. First, don't be ashamed of calling yourself a Congress acolyte. ठीक है? उसके बाद मुझे भाषण देना. I just have this to say, Padmaja. Be it Maharashtra, where you have Prithviraj Chavan and Ashok Chavan, they are at loggerheads with each other. Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot, इन दोनों के बीच का क्या रिश्ता है? ये तो जग जाहिर है. They are always at loggerheads with each other. Then you have T.S. Singhbio and you have Bhupesh Baghel. They have no love lost for each other. कहने का तात्पर्य ये है, the Congress is a divided house in every state that it is either in power or even in the opposition. And Congress does not need the BJP to break it, because Congress में खुद ऐसे कई विभीषण बैठे हैं जो कहते हैं ना, घर का भेदी लंका ढाए. आपके घर के अंदर कई विभीषण हैं जो आपकी बची हुई लंका को ढाने की पूरी तरह से उन्होंने ठोस निर्णय कर लिया है और वही हालत आपकी मध्य प्रदेश, छत्तीसगढ़, राजस्थान में आने वाले चुनाव में होने वाला है, which you are not able to see. Wake up and smell the coffee.
Okay, Vinod Agnihotri, I again want to quote another instance. There was an article written which spoke of the very close bond that was shared by the family, the Scindias and the Gandhis. In fact, one article said that Madhav Rao shared a unique understanding with Sonia Gandhi. In private conversations, he was perhaps alone in a league of Congress leaders addressing Sonia on a first name basis. He would, however, address her as Sonia Ji in the presence of others and at formal party forums. Sonia used to address him as Madhav and often invited him for a cup of tea or coffee at a rather short notice too. They had known each other from the time of her arrival in India and a marriage to Rajiv Gandhi in 1968. जो इतने करीब थे फैमिली, अब उनको इस तरीके से नेम कॉलिंग करना, is this a reflection of कि इलेक्शन किस दिशा में जा रहा है? And ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया is there on the ground. He is working in that whole गुना ग्वालियर एरिया जिसका प्रभार उनको दिया गया है. How do you analyze this? इतनी ज्यादा बिटरनेस क्यों है?
पद्मजा, जब अपना कोई साथ छोड़ता है तब ज्यादा कड़वाहट होती है. गैर के साथ कड़वाहट नहीं होती, अपने के साथ ज्यादा होती है. और माधवराव जी और सोनिया जी और राजीव जी ये लोग कैम्ब्रिज में साथ थे, लंदन में, और तब से इनकी तीनों की दोस्ती थी. और उसके बाद राजीव जी की शादी सोनिया जी से हुई और इसीलिए वो उनका त्रिकुट जो था वो फ्रेंडशिप का बराबर बना हुआ था. तो इसलिए वही जब माधवराव जी की डेथ के बाद ज्योतिरादित्य जी जब राजनीति में आए तो उनको कांग्रेस पार्टी ने और सोनिया गांधी ने वो सब दिया जो उनको मिलना चाहिए था. 18 साल के उनके कैरियर में उनको पार्टी का नेता बनाया, सांसद बनाया, उनको यूनियन मिनिस्टर बनाया 10 साल. जब पार्टी अपोजिशन में आई तो डिप्टी लीडर बनाया. तो उस तरह की रिलेशनशिप थी. और राहुल गांधी ने जब सिंधिया जी पार्टी छोड़ के गए थे तो राहुल गांधी का 1 लाइन सेंटेंस था कि उनकी एंट्री तो मेरे बेडरूम तक थी विदाउट टेकिंग एनी अपॉइंटमेंट. तो इसलिए जब वो साथ छोड़ के गए और उसकी वजह से मध्य प्रदेश की सरकार गई तो जाहिर है वो तकलीफ तो होगी. और प्रियंका गांधी ने लंबे समय तक मौन धारण रखा, लेकिन इस बार इलेक्शन में उनका मौन टूट गया. उन्होंने वो बोला जो मुझे लगता है शायद नहीं बोलना चाहिए था.
तो विनोद जी, अगर साथ छोड़ने की बात है, छोड़ने को तो नीतीश जी ने कितनी बार साथ छोड़ा है.
बोलती ज्यादा अच्छा है.
नीतीश जी ने बीजेपी का साथ छोड़ा. इन पर्टिकुलर नरेंद्र मोदी को उन्होंने, जब वो वहां पर अपने एक इवेंट के लिए भी आए थे 2014 के बाद, वो सेम स्टेज पे नहीं रहे, उनको रिसीव करने नहीं गए.
दिला दी थी प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने.
पर नरेंद्र मोदी अमित शाह तो कभी नहीं बोला, बल्कि किसी ने अगर बोला तो तेजस्वी यादव ने उनको पलटू चाचा बोला.
देखिए,
नरेंद्र मोदी अमित शाह तो कभी नहीं बोला कि ये पलटू है, ये दगाबाज है, ये बैकस्टैब करता है.
नहीं, अरे भाई अमित शाह ने क्यों नहीं बोला? आप उनके भाषण देखिए ना. अभी जिस वक्त जो अमित शाह जी जाते हैं, नीतीश जी और मोदी जी ने तो डीएनए की याद दिला दी थी पब्लिक मीटिंग में. वो भी तो था. तो ये तो सब पब्लिक. तो जब साथ में कोई साथ छोड़ता है तो इस तरह की बयानबाजी होती है और इलेक्शन में ज्यादा होती है. ये कोई नई बात नहीं है. और इधर पिछले कुछ दिनों से, कुछ वर्षों से पर्सनलाइज अटैक ज्यादा बढ़ गए हैं. लगभग मैं मतलब सिर्फ 9 सालों की बात नहीं करूंगा, इसके पहले से ही ये जो लीडर्स पर एक दूसरे पर पर्सनल अटैक्स बहुत बढ़ गए हैं जो पहले नहीं होते थे. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि कोई पार्टी मानने को तैयार नहीं है कि हमने गलती की, हमारी कमीज तुम्हारी कमीज से ज्यादा सफेद है. इसलिए अगर कांग्रेस वाले बोलते हैं तो उस पर बीजेपी हमलावर होती है, लेकिन उसको अपने बयान याद नहीं आते. बीजेपी वाले बोलते हैं तो कांग्रेस वाले हमलावर हो जाते हैं, उनको अपने बयान याद नहीं आते. प्रॉब्लम यहां पर है. नहीं तो कायदे से एक मर्यादा चुनाव में भाषा की होनी चाहिए.
JVC Sriram, that ship has sailed. Advani ji had famously said that we should have matbhed but not manbhed, but now politics is personal.
Yeah, politics has become very personal because point number 1 is I think it just shows that how much Congress is missing Jyotiraditya Scindia. That's the point number 1. Because Kamal Nath for long period of time had practiced politics only in Delhi, and he came in 2018 and then 2018 he won along with Jyotiraditya Scindia. And they're missing Jyotiraditya Scindia. And you talk about betrayal, I think I have a point here. Jyotiraditya Scindia probably was promised the chief minister position. He was not given. My friend in the panel said he was made the deputy chief minister. Sorry, my dear friend, he was not made the deputy chief minister. It was Sachin Pilot who was made the deputy chief minister, or not Scindia. And then the party, because Kamal Nath did not want a rival to him in the party, ensured that in his stronghold, in his fortress at Guna, Scindia lost. And do you think a person of that kind, who had probably have a choice to go to BJP because his aunt stays in BJP, his mother, grandmother had been a BJP founder or Jansangh founder, and his father himself had stood as an independent being supported by Jansangh, as Jansangh. So all these is the background.
No, but
as a result of which he had to go. And now what's happening?
Is saying,
Priyanka
look,
Gandhi knows.
when the BJP called names to Nitish Kumar, it is okay. When Priyanka Gandhi calls names to Jyotiraditya Scindia, what's the big deal? That's just the nature of politics now. BJP questioned the DNA of Nitish Kumar.
So the fabric of politics. So BJP had questioned, but at the same time, is this the right kind of language which Priyanka Gandhi should be using about Jyotiraditya Scindia, about his height, about his stature? It's literally talking about body shaming. Can Priyanka do that same thing? And Priyanka calling Jyotiraditya Scindia as an arrogant, it is like pot calling the kettle black. Because personification of arrogance, because till yesterday you were a private citizen. Across dining table you decided that you're going to enter into politics. And what do you become? You're parachuted into a AICC General Secretary. Because of what? Because you have a surname called Vadra. Gandhi and Vadra. Powerful combination.
Abbas,
Gandhi, dynasty, Vadra,
for
money,
Priyanka Gandhi to call
loads and
Jyotiraditya
loads.
arrogant now is like pot calling the kettle black. And this in itself reeks of arrogance कि आप किसी को कुछ भी बोल दो.
Padmaja, I believe that, name calling and individual attacks should be avoided, especially from top leadership of any political party. And especially not from the Prime Minister of this country, whom we all respect because he is the Prime Minister of our country. Now here is Mr. Gandhi and Mr. Scindia. They might have gone to Vellum Boys together. They have been, together in school, and they might be very good family friend or friend, whatever. But that does not mean that they should name call. They should, pass on remarks on each other on public front. That's the last thing that people of Madhya Pradesh would like to listen. Would like to, I truly agree with Mr. Vinod Agnihotri ji has rightly said. And let me tell you, I just recall a Urdu couplet about Congress that Suraj lahu luhan har ek sham dekh le. शख्स तो गुरूर का अंजाम देख ले. So this is what has been happening to the grand old party, and this is about the arrogance of Congress party, why they are standing here. And
I love how Samajwadi Party is reciting couplets for Congress now. Lahu luhan तो कुछ और भी हुआ है यहाँ पे. Last 1 minute I have for Sanju Verma. Yes, Sanju Verma.
Thank you.
I think मध्य प्रदेश में और भी कुछ बहुत लहू लुहान हुआ है.
पद्मजा जी, अब्बास हैदर के साथ कई बार आई हैव बीन ऑन डिबेट्स और ज्यादातर मैं जो ये कहते हैं उसके साथ मैं मेल नहीं खाती मेरी सोच. बट आज इन्होंने कांग्रेस की हिपोक्रेसी को बहुत बेहतरीन तरीके से एक्सपोज किया है. उसके लिए इनका धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ. बट आई ऑल्सो वुड लाइक टू रिमाइंड मिस्टर हैदर विथ नो ऑफेंस टू हिम, वेरी रिसेंटली समाजवादी पार्टी के सीनियर लीडर, आपने कहा कि टॉप लीडरशिप शुड नॉट एंगेज इन लो लेवल पब्लिक डिस्कोर्स. आईपी सिंह कॉल राहुल गांधी, मुझे कहते हुए शर्म आती है, बट लेट ट्रूथ बी टोल्ड, राहुल गांधी को मंद बुद्धि और पागल बुलाया था. और आपके राम गोपाल यादव, जो कि ना केवल आपके कर्ता धर्ता है, बट ही बिलोंग्स टू द डायनेस्टी विद इन समाजवादी पार्टी, अखिलेश यादव के अंकल हैं. और राम गोपाल यादव ने कांग्रेस के अजय राय, जो कि यूपी कांग्रेस के चीफ हैं, उनको चिरकुट बुलाया था. तो एंड बाय द वे अखिलेश यादव ने उत्तर प्रदेश विधानसभा असेंबली के 2022 के चुनाव के पहले कहा था, नरेंद्र मोदी जो इतनी बार वाराणसी काशी आते जाते हैं, अच्छा है इस उम्र में लोगों को ज्यादा से ज्यादा वक्त काशी में बिताना चाहिए, इसलिए अपने गिरेबान में देखिए, बाद में दूसरों को भाषण दीजिए नैतिकता पर.
Okay, I'm out of time. I think everyone should look into their Gireban, and it's safe to say that a certain standard of language in politics is the very basic that everyone expects of our politicians. Wonder if that's too much to ask for. Thanks very much in that hope. All gentlemen, Sanju Verma, thanks for watching.